Hi, boys and girls. Well, today we're going to be traveling to the biggest country in the entire world, or on the entire world, actually. And so we're going to start off here in the United States, and we're going to get in a plane for this one because we have to travel a long way. We're going to get on our plane, so don't forget to pack your PJs and a toothbrush, and here we go. We're going to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, over the continent of Africa, and then over the continent of Asia and into the country of Russia. Russia has a very varied landscape. We have mountains to the south, and to the north we have big open tundra plains. So we're going to find out what celebrations are like in Russia and learn some information about the country of Russia. So here we go, my friends. Let's go. Russia, ABCs, a book about the people and places of Russia. And it's written by Anne Berg and illustrated by Jeff Yeesh. Interesting. Has anybody seen these before? Yeah, they're Russian nesting dolls. And we can guess which country they come from or originated from, that means where they started, in the very name that they have, Russian nesting dolls. Let's take a look. Oh, and on the back, there's a Fabergé egg. Those also originated in Russia. Russia's ABCs, a book about the people and places of Russia. A. A is for alphabet. People in Russia don't use the same letters we do to write in English. They use Cyrillic alphabet, which has 33 letters. Wow, so they have more letters than we do. Our alphabet only has 26, but the Russian alphabet has 33. Some Russian letters, such as H and B, look like English letters, but they don't sound the same. Yep, I have no clue what that sign says. I do not speak or read Russian. B. B is for ballet. Russia is home to the two most famous ballet companies in the world, the Bolshoi Ballet and the Kirov Ballet. These two companies train children to become world-famous dancers. Hundreds of children try out for sports in these ballet schools each year, but very few are chosen. So you have to try really hard to get into that school. C. C is for Tsar. Okay, hold the phone. I know that C can say k, and it can also say s. But in this country, C can say z. Russia was once ruled by a Tsar. A Tsar is like a king. In the early 1900s, people were becoming unhappy with the way the Tsars had been ruling Russia. The Tsars lived with incredible riches, while many others starved. Russia's last Tsar, Nicholas II, was forced to give up his throne in 1917. Wow. So there's a picture of Nicholas II. D. D is for doll. Many visitors to Russia return home with beautiful hand-painted dolls. The hollow wooden dolls, some stacked inside one another, as each doll is opened, a smaller one can be found inside. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 in that Russian family. Here we go. E. E is for Europe. Russia's European part is much smaller than its Asian part. Yet more than 3/4 of the Russian people live in Europe. Much of Asian Russia is too cold to live in, but it is rich in natural resources such as coal and oil. We've talked about coal and oil before and how humans use it for energy. F. F is for flag. The Russian flag was designed by Tsar Peter the Great in 1699. It was used until 1918, after a new type of government had come to power. The new rulers, called communists, designed a different flag. When the communists left power in 1991, the country went back to the original three-striped flag. Hey, I noticed that this flag has the same colors as the American flag: red, white, and blue. It also has stripes like the American flag, but looks different. G. G is for Grandfather Frost. Grandfather Frost is the symbol of Russia's most important holiday. What do you think the important holiday is? New Year's Day. New Year's Day. Russian children believe Grandfather Frost brings them gifts on this day. Grandfather Frost looks a lot like Santa Claus, and he drives a sleigh led by horses, and a snow maid helps him give out gifts. So they get their presents on New Year's Day, and this is Grandfather Frost. H. H is for hockey. Hey, we know that's pretty similar to Canada. Russians love to both play and watch ice hockey. Many top Russian ice hockey players moved to the United States and Canada to play for National Hockey League teams. Because Russia stays cold most of the year, Russians also enjoy sports such as ice skating and sledding. Other popular sports are soccer, basketball, volleyball, and gymnastics. Wow, it's a lot of sports. Some of them are the same as the sports that we enjoy. I. I is for icon. Icons are portraits of saints painted on wooden panels. Members of the Russian Orthodox religion use icons to help them pray. J. J is for jeweled egg. Peter Carl Fabergé crafted jeweled eggs for Russian tsars. He painted the eggs with real gold and decorated them with rubies and emeralds and diamonds. Today, Fabergé's relatives still create these beautiful eggs. Wow, that's a pretty fancy looking egg there. K. K is for the Kremlin. The Kremlin is a walled structure located in the heart of Moscow, Russia's capital city. Its name means fortress. Wow, and it really does look like a fortress, doesn't it? Look at those turrets and that big wall surrounding it. I think that building would be very safe. L. L is for Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world. It holds more water than all of the Great Lakes in North America combined. Wow, that must be an incredibly big lake. I bet you it almost looks like an ocean. And did you know this lake actually has seals that live in it too? M. M is for Moscow. Moscow is the capital city and the largest city of Russia. More than 8 million people live here. The city is very crowded. Most people live in tiny apartments that often have just a bathroom and 1 or 2 other rooms. Wow, that's pretty small. N. N is for Nerpa. Nerpas are seals that live only in Lake Baikal. See, told you there are seals that live in that lake. They are the world's only seals that live in fresh water instead of salt water. Pretty cool. O. O is for Ovana and Ovich. Each Russian has three names: a first name, a middle name based on his or her father's first name, and a last name. A girl's middle name ends with Ovana. A boy's middle name ends with Ovich. Russian children usually call their teachers by their first and middle names. Cool. So we usually have a first name, a middle name, and a last name, and so do they, but their middle name comes from their father. Pretty interesting. P. P is for Peroski. Peroski are small pastries stuffed with meat, vegetables, or cheese. They are often served with a beer soup called borscht. Neat. So we can eat soup too. Q. Q is for queen. In chess, each game piece has a name, and the queen is the most important piece. The Russian people, probably more than any other, love to play chess. Ordinary people play it with a passion, but Russia is also famous for producing world-class chess players. R. R is for ruble. Russia's unit of money is the ruble. Rubles come in coins and bills. 1 ruble equals 100 kopecks. Wow, so they call their money rubles, and we have dollars and cents. Looks different than our money too. S. S is for St. Basil's Cathedral. St. Basil's Cathedral was built in the mid-1500s for Tsar Ivan the Terrible. Wow, I don't think he must have been a very nice person if they call him Ivan the Terrible. It is located near the Kremlin in Moscow. The building's colorful walls and onion-shaped domes are famous symbols of Russia. That building looks really interesting. T. T is for taiga. A huge forested region, the taiga stretches across North Russia. Temperatures in the taiga stay below freezing for more than 6 months of the year. Because of the cold weather, only a few kinds of plants can live there. But the forest is thick with dark evergreen trees such as spruce and pine. Wow, a lot of trees there. That would be a very thick forest. I wonder how many animals live up there. U. U is for the USSR. From 1922 until 1991, Russia was part of an even larger country. This country was called the USSR, or the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. Wow, that was very big back then. And this was the flag they used. V. V is for Vlad Vostok. Vlad Vostok is an important port city on Russia's eastern edge. It also is the last stop on the Trans-Siberian Railway. So a port city means it's near the ocean. It's going to have a lot of ships, but it also is the last stop on a train. W is for White Knights. St. Petersburg is a city in northern Russia. During the last weeks of June, the sun stays out in St. Petersburg for almost 24 hours of the day. This special time is called White Nights. People celebrate with parties and festivals. Some people don't sleep for days at a time. Wow, could you imagine living where the sun didn't set for very long at all? My goodness. X is for exports. Russia produces large amounts of oil, natural gas, metal, and timber. The country exports these goods to other countries. Russia is the world's second largest exporter of oil. Oil is very important for a lot of products. Y is for Yuri. Yuri Gagarin, a Russian man, was the first person to go into outer space. Pretty neat. So he was a cosmonaut. Z is for time zones. A time zone is an area in which the same time is used. The whole Earth is divided into 24 time zones. Russia is so big that it has 11. The United States has 4, but Russia has 11. That's a lot of time zones. Well, in Russia, they celebrate the Christmas time of year with a wishing wheel, and the wishing wheel goes at the front of a parade, and the person carries around the wishing wheel to, of course, wish everyone a happy good season. And we're going to learn about that more as you scroll on down. So, think of some wishes that you might put on the wishing wheel. Wonder what I'll wish for.